Hey, everybody, it's Tony George along with Sean Salisbury, the Oakland Raiders fan, which means I'm pissing him off by wearing a Chiefs hat today just for a little bit of fun. But nonetheless, we're talking about a big game in Major League Baseball today between the White Sox and the Indians. But first, I want to ask Salisbury a question. What's going on with your Houston Astros, buddy? You're laying a buck 85 tonight.
Yeah, a couple things. One is, first of all, the excitement of A.J. Hinch coming back to town. They treated him as if he was still the manager here, which was nice for A.J., and they hold him in high regard after what had gone on. But Detroit got themselves a good manager. I'll tell you what it is. It's a couple things. The back end of the order is like a black hole. There's nothing they can't come up with. And runners in scoring position, they're not scoring at the back end of the lineup the last three games or throughout the lineup for the most part. But when you get to basically the 8 and 9 hole, it's become a problem, and it's creating some issues the last three games, Tony. And pitching-wise, when Zach Greinke gets roughed up like that and was, 50 pitches or so in the first couple innings, you start to tax a bullpen. And that's the deal. For them to go deep and do what everybody thinks they can do and be a World Series-type team. And while this may be the case for a lot of teams this year, you cannot wear out a bullpen that, while good and got some young arms in there, you got to extend to 6-7 innings as we start to get into your second or third time around as a pitcher, right? And when you're getting, knocked out in 4 innings, and they didn't have to, they only had one guy out of the pen last night, but you're getting to a point where if you start to extend that bullpen too much at the end of the season, it becomes a problem. They got to get length out of their starting pitching, which they're not doing enough of, and they've got to get some help at the back end of the lineup because when you're coming up and you're hitting solo home runs late with no runners in scoring position and moving runners along, it becomes a problem. And, solo home runs when you're down 6 runs don't really do you any good late in the game. So they've got to start getting runners and driving runners in scoring position, getting help from the back end, and their starting pitching's got to extend itself a little bit better.
Yeah, Odorizzi gets a start tonight. I'm not willing to lay a buck 85 with a team that's got outscored 19-7 their last 3 games, and they're looking a little bit lost right now. And a matter of fact, taking a setback last night, as you mentioned, down 6-0 and throwing. And
this is his first start this year. Tony, didn't mean to interrupt, but this is Odorizzi's first start this year. He's been, getting himself some simulated games and down at and this is his first start. And if the Odorizzi pitches, it was an all-star in the past, then this is a great addition to the lineup. But I don't know how much you can expect length out of him. If he gets 5 innings tonight, I think Astros. The organization, him and the fans will be happy. But I think he believes he can throw 90 to 100 pitches. The question is, will they let him? And will they jump out early? In the beginning of this season, in the first, 5-6 games, Tony, the Astros were scoring a lot of runs, 8-9 a game, right? 7.5, 8.5 a game. And it's just kind of tailed off. I was at the ballpark on Saturday, and Urquidy got smoked. He got hit hard and was out of the game a little early. He's got good stuff, struck out some guys, but the too many fastballs were getting ripped all over the lot by the Oakland team. So you've got to try to extend it. I'm anxious to see what Odorizzi's going to bring in his first start tonight.
That's interesting, folks. Big game for Houston tonight. And, of course, that's not even the game we're talking about. I don't think we're going to have any question marks about the pitchers in this game we're going to talk about here. The White Sox taking on the Indians. This is a huge game between two good teams. And looks like a pitcher's duel, at least on the surface. Shane Bieber taking the hill against Giolito here. The line is minus 105. It's a pick 'em, folks. And the totals drop down from 7 to 6.5 for good reason. I mean, it looks both these bullpens are pretty solid. Both pitchers are liable to go 7 innings tonight in some stellar pitching, unless somebody, fails to get off the bus here. Sean, this is a real interesting game. Basically a pick 'em here. I know a lot of people really lean in Cleveland here, but what concerns me about the Indians is the Tribe don't have that good. Their hitting lineup, their rotation's not that good. The White Sox got if you're going to draw a conclusion, Sean, to where the pitching's going to be even and stellar, then the only way to look if you're going to pick a side in this game is who's got the better hitting. And that's got
No
White
question.
Sox written all over it.
It does, and the White Sox have not been – they're not hitting the ball out of the park as much early, right? And I understand your point of view. And with Giolito, with Lucas on the mound, Giolito, and with Shane Bieber, you got the reigning Cy Young winner and then you got a guy who is Cy Young potential, who's really good. And with that hitting, if they when they come around, not if the White Sox and start hitting, I think and teams against these two teams, you're facing pitching staffs. They don't put the ball in play much. Both these guys are strikeout guys. Both these guys will keep the ball down. I think 6.5 runs is too much. I do, Tony, and especially if you get into 7 innings with this. I think this is a low-scoring clutch hit come through late in the game, and Giolito and Shane Bieber are phenomenal and fabulous. And you're exactly right. White Sox overall are a better hitting team, but Shane Bieber is going to be very difficult to put in play if you're the White Sox. I don't know if I'd touch the number here, but I sure as heck when it comes to the over-under, I like this to be a low-scoring game, even though you know how I feel about the White Sox hitting order and their batting order. But I think Bieber keeps them in the ballpark, and I think this is a really, really a pick-em game. Take your choice, but I'm taking the under in this game. I'd like this around 5 or 6 runs. This is a 4-2, 3-2 type ball game, and I think both pitchers have a chance to be lights out tonight.
Yeah, you take a look at the hitting numbers here, and it does not raise your eyebrows. The Tribe hitting 218 as a team for the year, and the White Sox a little bit better at 234. Right. And so you've got a better hitting team, but then if you flip the coin on the sides, if you're talking about the side play, Cleveland's got the much better bullpen. Matter of fact, the White Sox bullpen's got a 4.41 ERA on the year, allowing people, to hit a lot better. Cleveland's bullpen's only allowing 170 batting average on the year. So I agree with Sean. I think that the side play here is way too close to call. I think it's going to be a hell of a ball game. If you got it on, you got Major League Baseball package on TV, folks. If it's not on, I didn't look, see if this is on. I'm on another game today, but I didn't see what channel this is on. But if you don't have the Major League Baseball package, this is a good incentive to buy one. I'm going to be tuning into this. And I'm going to be tuning into Salisbury's hometown team Astros tonight too, and see how Odorizzi performs and how they perform in general, kind of with their back against the wall to see how they respond. So a great night for Major League Baseball, a great night to go get that free $60 we have for you in the link in the description below from Doc Sports, and get yourself hooked up today on a really good Major League Baseball day. My first top pick of the season goes today, folks. So I'm looking forward to a big day in Major League Baseball. Get over to Doc Sports, check it out. And Sean and I got another free pick video out today in the NBA, another big game in the NBA. So tune into that as well. We're off an 0-2 effort on Friday. Rare, because we went 4-0 headed into our free picks on Friday. Yeah, so we're looking to bounce back here today.
Yeah, how about that? We were talking about that hoops game. Was it Atlanta and who did we have? It was Atlanta hosting the Chicago Bulls, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Bulls were playing well. And I think, Tony, we had, even though it was a back-to-back for Chicago, we liked the way they were playing. Well, yeah. And with the injuries to Atlanta's team, they waltzed in. Atlanta took care of their business. It's always tough to go back-to-back. But we're allowed to miss a couple. 0 for 2, then we just go 2 for, 3 for 3 or 3 for 4 or 4 for 4. And before you know it, we're hitting 750 again, brother.
Yep, there you go. We're coming at it, baby. 4-2 last 6. We're going to make it 5-2 with this one, folks. Tune into our NBA play as well.